Hello, friends, and welcome to Storytime Saturday on Hey Mom, Play This. I'm Kimmy Amber, and right now we are about just over halfway through the story of Lyric in Pyreside on the mountainside. I thought there were 6 chapters. Apparently there are 7, and this is episode 5. So we'll see if we get all the way through tonight or not. Another 7 years. We've got some dinner. Good boy, Echo. Stringy rabbit meat is better than nothing. There we go. I can barely feel my toes. About time to head back. Such strange fire. It seems to give off deep cold rather than warmth. Come through that way. Well, the dog came through that way, but apparently that is not the way we need to go. Okay, cross the river. Frozen river. So if you're just joining us, keeping a watchful vigil like always. Thanks, Albie. I can always count on you to have my back. She moved the scarecrow out into the countryside. Fair. If you have not been watching with us, it's old wood, but it's been sturdy enough so far. Just need to be extra careful moving across. We met Lyric as a child, and it is now 28 years later. Each chapter is 7 years down. She started at 9, so yeah, it's. I think this is the 28th year after we started. Her parents are gone. Her grandmother is gone. Her sister is gone. She is alone in town because everybody has moved to safer environment. Lush, bountiful gardens are a distant dream at this point. It's become very dangerous, but she refuses to leave her town. The Sleepy Dragon, warm beds and brews for weary travelers. Wait. What?
The Sleepy Dragon, in a charming new location.
Okay.
Not only was the cabin on the cliff cozier and easier to warm, it was nearer the frozen woods and the hunting traps I'd set throughout. It was hard. Tears stung in my eyes turning away from Pyreside. The old inn, memories of Mom laughing over the piano at Dad's attempts to play her favourite melody, of sitting cross-legged by the fire listening to Nana's fairy tales. All behind me, buried in a blanket of snow.
So how does this work if this is the new inn? She rents out these beds, but sleeps over in the other one? A few adventurers have stayed here since I moved from the village, but that was a long time ago. Okay. Cabin inventory, 7-star month. Sturdy wood. Cedar resin. She's out of Queen's basil. She's out of dried rabbit jerky and... You admit, well, you just said that. Wait, no. Let go. I want to move. Uh-oh, I'm stuck in a loop. There we go. Oh, okay. That was terrible. Right, okay. Yep, all right. So what have we got over here? This was Mr. Burns' house. Glad I was able to find something for the stove. Should probably lock up before starting dinner, though. The puppy. You deserve a good rest, Echo. Just watch your tail, would you? You sleep closer to the fire every day. And he's an old dog now. He was just a puppy before. So that's it. That's the entirety of our environment. I wonder... Nope. You're gonna make me lock it. Okay. There. Locked. Wouldn't want anyone or anything dropping in without warning. The days of adventures casually passing by are long gone. Suppose I should get dinner started. There isn't much meat here, but it'll make a hearty stew at the very least. You go ahead and rest, Echo. It's not like you're much use in the kitchen anyway. After another 7 years, and none of these people look any older. Well, she looks a little older. Well, maybe not in the scene in the house. She probably doesn't look much older, but this is definitely not the same face as the little girl that we met. Not terrible, all things considered. It's warm, at least, though it hardly seems worth the entire day spent out hunting. My avatar, my PNG tuber, she's aging faster. But what else can I do? Supplies are dwindling, and that rabbit was likely one of the last critters living so close by. I don't think there's any getting around it. I'll have to head deeper into the woods tomorrow. Don't look so concerned, Echo. We'll be safe if we stick together. I wonder if all those traps are still set up down by the lake. Should be able to scrounge up some rotten old roots to use as bait. And I suppose I'll need to take some other supplies. A lantern, obviously. Burns' old sword to cut through the brush. Yeah, there's nobody in this town, so it doesn't surprise me she's talking to herself. And plenty of sleep behind me. That most of all. Good night, boy. I sure am glad to have you. No, please don't. Okay, back out into the snow. I need to get to the lakeshore and bait all the traps. I clicked through that too fast. Okay, what would have happened if I'd tried to go across the bridge? You can sleep now, kitty, as if you ever needed my permission. I won't forget your friendship. Ah, poor kitty. If I had tried to cross the bridge, I wonder... Well, then... That's why I would have turned around to go back to the...
Everyone told me staying in the mountains would be a mistake. After 3 straight years of winter...
3 years?
I had to admit it. When frigid winds and frozen storms sent the old bridge crashing down into the valley below, my hopes and spirits went with it.
She's been on this mountain by herself for 3 years. Wow. No. Okay. wonder if I had her choose to marry Thomas, or had told the other boy, Graham, that she liked him. I wonder if one of the men would be here with her at this point. So these stories are story-driven games. You make decisions throughout, and those decisions shape the path of the... Ooh. Shape the path of the story. Up here is where I first met Kitty. Feels like a lifetime ago. If you couldn't escape this bitter cold, what chance do the rest of us have? Poor little bird. This is... Turns out we didn't need to repair these bridges after all. The rivers and streams are completely frozen over. The question is, how long has it been? I mean, it can't have been winter the whole time. So, this used to be our favorite spot for campfires. How many years ago did we last sit down to share snacks and stories? A lot of reminiscing here. We couldn't have just cut something into this cliff right here so that I wouldn't have to go down and around. Just cut some stairs in. One trap set. I'll have to remember where I placed the rest of them. Been ages since there were any fresh fish to be cleaned. Suppose we could just walk out on the water. I don't know if that's a good idea. Uh-oh. Where am I going? Don't go out to the middle of the lake. That could be really bad. There we go. Ice is plenty thick, but it's still eerie walking across the lake, like I'm trespassing on another world. To say the least. Ooh, look, the boat. First, she'll have something to say about the boat. Lots of memories in this old boat, but that's all they are now. Why didn't you pull it into shore? Why is it sitting out here in the ice? Ooh, the sound is... Stay close, Echo, and move slowly. I know it's a strange feeling slipping around on the ice. This music is eerie. Should we go see what's on the little island over here? There's one on the island. What would Nana say if she could see me now? She'd probably say that you're surviving. She's proud that you're surviving. Oh. Eerie, ooey, icky sound. It's good music. I mean, good audibles. This bait doesn't look too appetizing. Hopefully any critter slinking around here are desperate enough to bite anyway. Very forlorn music. The wind is so bitter cold. I can hardly keep my eyes open. There's another one. How many traps did I leave out here? I shouldn't stay out too much longer if I don't want to catch a cold. Or worse. Okay, so was there maybe something up here in that corner that I decided to skip? Here and see. There's one. Echo, where are you going? Do you smell something?
My first thought was that I'd lost it, cracked like a walnut. I'd heard tales of weary adventurers, sailors and the like falling victim to visions in the night. Faces in the water or shadows of people that weren't really there. But this boy in the snow was real. And he was dying.
And somehow I'm able to get him all the way back to the inn. So who are you anyway? And how did you get here? You must be stronger than you look to have come this far into the mountains. And why? Oh, that symbol on the hilt of your sword. It looks like the crest of the royal family. Some sort of royal knight, maybe? Regardless, he's going to need medicine and food in his stomach. Warm clothes, any extra blankets I can find. Unfortunately, Echo, we don't have any of that to spare. At least not around here. We're going to have to go up to the village. I know. The village is dangerous. Last time we went up there, we saw 3 shadow creatures near the old windmill. What choice do we have? We can't just let him die. We barely have enough supplies for you and me here. We need to stock up. After 3 years, there's still food stocked in the village? Come on, Echo. This nameless boy is the first adventurer to stay at the Sleepy Dragon in a long time. We have to keep him alive. Right. Back up to the village. No problem at all. Is there a way? Aha. Just gotta hack my way through. Get up from behind the tree. Travelers beware, the village of Pyreside is closed until further notice. Do I know how to use the sword to do something other than hack my way through trees? I wonder. This way. Oh. Ugly sounds.
I thought I'd been prepared. I was wrong. One step back into the village proper and memories came flooding back.
Ah, we're back to being a little girl. You're so slow. You're going to miss out the last slice of dragonberry pie if you don't hurry. Your ma'am said it's almost all gone. I noticed something actually on the last recording, and I am not listening to my feed, so I don't know if I'm still having it on this feed. But I am going to try something, muting one of my audio signals and see if hopefully it was a tinny, almost echoey kind of sound. So let's see if this works. If it does, then I know next time not to do this. Not to have both of them on. Okay, back to the game. Come on, Lyric. Race you there. All of the animals. William. These orcs are graceful and majestic creatures. Blessed to share the mountains with them, we are. It's Old Home Week. I can't believe that clumsy son of mine fell into the river again. Reckon that makes 3 times I've hung his clothes out to dry this week. Oh, this is all very... Look! Look out! I'm chasing a grasshopper, and I've almost got it, too. Such a forlorn. And now, all the memory. This is hard. Always more work needs doing. Keep that chin up. Are all of the villagers here? No. Oh, yeah, they're here. They're just out here. Would you calm down? I honestly don't see why it's a big deal. Why it's a big deal? You know mint chocolate is my favorite. The sweets merchant only comes once in a blue moon. Is there more? No. Okay. Lovely weather, isn't it? Perhaps I'll take my favorite book down to the river this afternoon. Here's the scarecrow. What am I ever to do with you, little Cosie? Honestly, your fluff seems to grow back faster every time I give you a trim. And little squirrel. And the creepy windmill. If you listen closely, you can hear the pyre lights humming softly. The nature spirits are always more active in these warm summer months. A lovely sound. It reminds me of a childhood many moons gone. Can't you and Kelsey just get along? It isn't much fun always being in the middle of your squabbles. So that's Kelsey. If you haven't watched the others, Kelsey... Oh, this is Isla, her sister. Ever wonder what's out there, beyond the mountains? One day I want to find out. See if all the stories are true. Graham is one of the boys that told her he loved her. Kelsey is her best friend. This is Nana. Oh, this is Elspeth. Place settings are important when serving a proper village dinner. But you ran along, dear. Be a child while you can be a child. And Mom and Dad. All right, Echo. We just need to look around for any tools or other supplies that might be useful. Oh, there's still goats here? Or orcs? You orcs stuck around all this time? Stars, you amazing creatures. Resilient as anyone I know, that's for sure. Oh, you poor creatures. Please stay in the barn as long as you like. I wish there was something more I could do for you. Alright. Storage chest? Miss Molly and Mr. William must have left some old goods behind. How did I miss them before? Ooh. We take the vegetables because the orcs have been able to handle it, take care of stuff on their own. Manage on their own. That's not all there is in here. This wool will be an incredible help. I should be grateful the orcs stayed around. Probably in need of a good scratching, aren't you? Hang in there, friend. It's all we can do. No. Okay, that's the barn. Excuse me, Pappy. Take note. Then at barnyard, take care not to disturb our birds or beasts. Wait by the door, Echo. Wouldn't want you stepping on a splintered floorboard or a rusty nail. Nothing helpful here. It's all in disrepair. Covered in dust. Our lessons never covered surviving on our own in an eternal winter. Too much time spent on letters and arithmetic. Doubt a fish tank would be much help back at the cabin. A Writing and Wonderment by Hazel Dunnett. Something was there in those songs and those words, and that sweet mystery of you and me. Those gentle seabirds that dove through your heart and wove through my pen as I strove in words to ensnare the grove that set time apart just for us. There in that glen where the call of the wren fills the air once with love and twice over again. I hope you change the world with your stories, Hazel. I know you can do it. Even the blankets on the bed are in really pretty rough condition. I don't think they'd offer any real warmth. Pile enough of them together. Okay. Closed while the owners are on temporary leave. This place used to be filled with so much warmth and color. There's armor, still. Somehow the old saw looks more intimidating when it's not moving, like some long-forgotten monolith. Oh, something here. Dusty, but the tools inside seem mostly intact. I should take them back to the cabin to help with repairs. Donovan's gold paid for winter supplies and then some. I don't know where I would be now without it. Yeah, that was a decision in one of the earlier chapters. What would she have done if she'd had no money before they all left? There's some old clothes in here, but they look like they've been chewed through by some sort of vermin. Oh well. Blankets are torn and tattered. Thanks for nothing, Brianna. It's not Brianna's fault. I mean, it's been 7 years since Brianna left. Isaac never liked cold weather. He would have been more miserable than I am seeing the village this way. Isaac, I understand your frustration, stars I do, but we have to respect her decision. Under no circumstances are you going to coerce, strong-arm, or otherwise force the poor girl out of the home that clearly means more to her than any of us know. See you bright and early for another day of packing. William. Isaac wanted to force me to leave? What was he planning to do? Tie me up and sling me over his back? He might have. The forge has been cold for a long time. Not that I would know how to use it anyway. Okay, puppy, we're done here. Doubt I'll find much in this old shop. We sold off the entire stock to fund windmill repairs. Empty bottles, broken glass, and dusty shelves. I was hoping to find some forgotten supplies under this sink. No luck. There's a frigid draft in this old shop. The crumbling holes in the walls certainly don't help any. Oh, gotta go to the other side. walk down the stairs. Don't fall down them. Did I go this way? I did. Doesn't look like there's anything useful in here. The only full bottle is a potion for hair regrowth. Okay. Stay here a moment, Echo. I'll be back soon. Start upstairs first. Mr. Miles was the first to leave Fireside. The first of all my friends and family. Diary entry for Rye Month. Here I am, sitting in this empty room in this empty shop for the very last time. I think it's been a slow decline. First Mother died, then Cozy, then Father decided to move away. It's not like any of this happened overnight, but still. I can't imagine anything feeling worse. Why won't Lyric just swallow her pride and come with us? She says she's doing it for the adventures that still come through Fireside, as if any of them are destined to do anything worthwhile. Ugh. What good is a best friend who doesn't listen? About as good as a diary from a life that isn't mine anymore. Oh, Kelsey, I hope wherever you are right now, you're happy. Probably a good thing the mirror's fractured and frosted over. I don't want to know how disheveled I look right now. I wonder what the last piece of clothing Kelsey sold was. Probably some sort of thick winter cloak. A whole lot of nothing. Nothing helpful anyway. Windmill is still moving? Without any... They repaired it. Oh, we get to go inside. It's a good thing we managed to fix up this old mill. Should be a good amount of flour to collect for baking bread. Only if you brought the wheat in and milled it. Looks to be plenty here. Berry bread is easy to make and should last us a good long while. Nothing but dust and rotting leather. Okay, well, we got flour. Didn't expect the... I should have taken this apart for scrap wood years ago. No use now, rotten and brittle from the cold. You could use it for firewood. Still a breathtaking view in a different way. And the inn. Still open. Visit our new location by the bridge. By the old bridge. Am I finished looking around the rest of the village? Did I get everything? I think so. Because the forge is right below us, right? Oh, I didn't look in the garden. There's the forge. Blech. Do any of the gardens have anything? Vibrant flower garden once upon a time. Nothing useful here. That's the barn. So I guess I am. There were crops and stuff over there, weren't there? Oh, they're up here. Okay. Can't even get to that side. Yes, I can. Okay, no, nothing in those fields. I mean, that doesn't really surprise me. Okay, I guess we're done. Yes. Okay, I can do this. One step at a time. It's almost certainly out of tune. I wonder how long it's actually been. She said eternal winter. How long has it actually been winter, I wonder? How many adventures did I serve across this counter? Feels like that was another lifetime. Another lyric. Oh, little lyric, how hard this is. I remember the day we tried to gather you all up in the farmhouse for your first lessons. Herding house cats would have been a simpler task. Kelsey and my two boys howled and wailed at the injustice of it all, stuck inside at a desk instead of out playing in the sunshine. But you, from that very first day, you were so gracious and well behaved, so eager to learn, innocent and yet somehow so grown up. Many times throughout my life, I would look to you for wisdom, forgetting that you're a great many years younger than me. I don't intend to ramble on. I know you've the world on your mind, but please never forget that you are loved. Miss Molly was like a second mother. I feel terrible for making her worry. I hope she and William got a fresh start somewhere. Went through all of this already. I don't think I'll find anything here. Then why are we here? I mean, that was my earlier comment. It's been 7 years. I would think you would have cleaned all of this out yet already. Nothing. I already scoured these shelves when I left the inn. I wonder what advice Nana would give me if she were here. She would probably reprimand me for not leaving with the others. There's a thick layer of frost over Nana's big window. Such a shame. This room always had a lovely view of the mountains. Shameful, the state of this guest room. Although I suppose this isn't an inn anymore, so it hardly matters. Liliana Widowgast, penned on the 1st of Ash month. I imagine this will be the last real bed in which I sleep before I go to confront my fate. The shadow lies ahead, along with the bitter end of the civilized world. Its power draws me north. I had not expected to find this quiet place of rest, this moment of respite before the final stretch of my journey. Warm food and kind smiles were something I thought I'd left behind weeks ago. And yet, here at the Sleepy Dragon, I found both. And now I go forth to meet my destiny, forever grateful. If by the stars I am victorious, I will always remember this inn. If I am not, let this page serve as my final goodbye to a delicate world. She never did come back. Okay. Jump scare in a cartoon. Okay, Echo, what's wrong? Because we can get out the window.
Nightmares had come for me. I fled straight into the room at the top of the stairs where I used to curl up between Mom and Dad after a bad dream. But no tender smile or comforting words would fend off these nightmares.
Oops. Echo! Echo! Go home, Echo. Please get back safely. That's not it. Ooh, the tree. Yeah. Is this the old manna tree? Of course, there's no leaves to hide me if I get up here. Where did they all come from? Stars, what do I do? Lyric, heart. I'd never force you to do this. Are you scared? Terrified. Those creatures, they're going to get me. It's okay to be scared, Heart. Even the bravest adventurers get scared sometimes on their journeys. The secret is having strong and loyal companions to draw courage from in the dark times. It's how every hero prevails in the end. Lucky as you are, you've got them in spades. Your mother would do anything for you. Your sister and your grandmother as well. But you're not here. None of you are. You left me alone in the woods. I was just a little girl, Dad, and you left me. Left you? I knew this was going to get me. No, Heart, we never left you. I told you I'd be here to catch you. I've been waiting all these years, waiting for you to need your old man, waiting for you to jump. Are you ready? Bloop. Where'd they go? The Shadow Knights, they're gone. Focus, Lyric. You can do this. You need to get back to the cabin as quickly as possible. Echo ran straight back, surely. I don't know the path. How'd the dog get in? Echo, you made it back. What a good boy. You ran straight home like we practiced, didn't you? We did manage to salvage a few things before they found us. You didn't drop anything from your pack, did you? Let's see. Cured vegetables Molly and William left behind. They must have been thinking ahead even before they decided to leave town. I found this dusty toolbox in the workshop. Brianna and Isaac took their primary tools, but these backups are good quality. Daybreak wool from the barn, something the orcs have kept safe and warm in there all these years. Fairy flour from the old windmill. It's good we made the repairs needed to keep those sails turning. This will last a long time. These supplies will help us hold out a little longer at the very least. Hopefully keep our adventurer friend alive too. For now, I think we should barricade the door and try to get some rest. It's been a long, eventful day. Thanks, Dad. I don't know how you helped, but I know you did.
"2 weeks. That's how long the nameless boy slept by my fire. Each day I would redress his wounds and pour bits of warm soup down his throat, praying that his body would find the strength to keep fighting. I needed him to live, for any flicker of hope in a frozen winter.
Something I have not been keeping an eye on is ads. You may have already actually had a minute and a half of ads that I played through, but since I see this one coming up, we'll actually pause for the ad break. I think it's gonna go through auto-playing some scenes here for us anyway. And I will see you back in a minute and a half. All right, here we go again. All right, nothing in this trap. Might be going hungry again tonight. I don't know how much longer I can do this on my own. I don't want to give up now, but what else can I do? Where can you go? The bridge is broken. Should I leave the mountain? Even if I could survive the woods, vicious monsters and behemoths settled the valley beyond. I wish there was someone else I could turn to. You vile creatures again. Why can't you just leave me alone? Haven't you taken enough from me? My mom and dad, my sister, my friends, my home, all of it. What more do you want? Answer me. Please. Yeah, see, just jump down. I need a hero. Thank you. I think you just saved my life. I'm glad you're finally awake. Do you have a name? It's strange, we haven't spoken, but I feel as though I know you. This is gonna be the kid, isn't it? No, the kid died. What's this? Some sort of bracelet? Wait, where are you going? You're not healthy enough to go off into the woods again. There are more of those things out there. Echo, good boy. Are you okay? What the heck? And just like that, he's gone. Like every other adventurer before him. Come on, Echo. Let's get back to the cabin. I'd rather not run into any more shadow creatures today. Wakes up, gives me a bracelet, and leaves. 7 days later. 7 is a big deal in this game. Echo? What is it? Is there something outside? This is an amazing dog. He gets in and out of doors all by himself.
Oh.
Oh, is that what I think it is?
I couldn't believe my eyes when the first blade of grass broke the surface of the snow. Winter had been a constant, a curse I believed would shroud my world forever. And yet, spring had come again. Life slowly began to reclaim the mountainside. Trees blossomed, and dawnflowers bloomed, and wildlife returned to the woods. The night had been long, unrelenting. But eventually, dawn broke, as it always will, bearing gifts of sunlight and warmth and birdsong.
Food.
The heavy snows melted, and the mountain could breathe again. Nearly 7 years after the nameless boy walked off into the snow, Fireside looked like a different village.
Okay. I wonder... These are options that I could have done. I couldn't collect any tools. I couldn't collect any vegetables. I couldn't collect... We collected a knitted blanket from the inn, but I couldn't. I wonder how much of what I'd done in the previous chapters influenced my ability to be able to do these things this time. Interesting. All right. That's 1 hour. Let's do another episode and we'll see whether or not we can get through. At the end of this chapter, we'll decide whether or not to do the last one. Seven years later. It's always 7 years. Oh, is that Brianna and Isaac?
Uh-huh.
Noah. There you are, Miss Lyric. Emma and I thought you might be here. We reckon it's about time to get the fire started. No real hurry if you're lost in thought. We didn't mean to interrupt. Oh no, not at all. I'd love to make myself useful. What have I told you about calling me Miss Lyric? Just Lyric is fine. I sound so formal the other way. Force of habit, miss. Sorry about that. I was thinking I'd fix a snack for everyone up at the village if you'd be willing to help my husband with the fire. Do you mind? Certainly not. A fireside snack sounds lovely. You okay getting up the stairs alone, dear? I could walk you up to the farmstead and be back in no time at all. No, dear. The baby isn't due until mid-autumn. If I can't manage a few stairs now, we're in for a rough couple of months. Now then, a snack. Anything sound particularly tasty? Kettle corn or baked apples? Baked apples. How about baked apples? They've always been a favorite of mine. I'll see what I can do. Just make sure Noah doesn't set himself or anything else important on fire.
No.
Oh, and Murphy too. The dog is sweet, but there's not much going on between the ears. I keep hoping old Echo will rub off on him. We'll be fine, Emma. Your boys are safe with me. I'm right here, you know. I've never felt more emasculated.
Noah and Emma Dawn. My first new neighbours in decades. Young and full of hope and eager to see my beloved village restored. What a gift their friendship would turn out to be.
Perhaps you would gather a few logs to use for tinder? Gathering logs for tinder? I'll start getting things set up down at the fire pit. Don't normally use logs as tinder, but okay. Oh, Murphy, you sure are an excitable pup. Then again, maybe I'm just used to my Echo. Such a lazy dog these days. Yeah, well, he's 14 years old. There you are. Care to join me on my quest for firewood? Or would you rather lie back down and wait for me by the pit? Figured. Good boy, Echo. You earned a quiet retirement. I nearly wept when the first dawn flower bloomed. Couldn't help it. Oh, we have banners on the bridge. Take the firewood. Should make for a good bit of tinder. We'll probably need a few more logs this size to keep the fire going. Who's a good boy? Who's a good boy? Is it you, Murphy? Yes, it is. You're looking extra fluffy today. Oh, no, that's okay, Echo. Don't get up on my account. I already collected a good amount of firewood, so just a little more should do it. Thanks for your help, Miss Lyric. There's one. Emma said the whole village is coming to the campfire tonight. Should make for a fun evening, even if there's only a handful of us. The whole village? There were only a handful of you before everybody moved out. Once winter cleared, the king sent crews of smiths and carpenters all across the north to help folks rebuild. The new bridges and staircases were more than I expected, not to mention all the repairs up at the village. There's another one. Feels a bit like the old days. Kelsey always made me and Graham gather the wood for our childhood campfires. This bundle's getting heavy. Maybe one more log? I'm sure there's plenty of firewood back down closer to Noah. So, no going that way right now. Did I miss a space up here that I could have gotten something from? No. Lizard, lizard. Okay, so there is more that I've got to pick up, but... don't remember passing anything that I would have missed, so where is it? Oh, it's over there. I did pass it. That's probably enough for now. I should get these logs back to Noah and help him get the fire burning. A perfect stack of firewood, Miss Lyric. Something tells me you've done this before. Once or twice. We've got everything else we need? I believe so. I'm ready to get things burning if you are. Ready. Let's light it up. Everyone will be arriving soon if you'd like to greet them, Miss Lyric. I believe I can manage from here. I think I'll do that, but please. It's just Lyric. I don't think she's going to win that fight. You know, Echo, we used to do things like this all the time before. Well, before all the freezing rain and snow. Before you. We would fill our pouches with sweets and biscuits and gather around the fire, friends and family all together. Speaking of, a whole new cast of characters. Oh, it's Brianna. I was expecting to help carry firewood, but it looks like you and Noah have got it covered. Any particular reason you didn't ask me? I hope you're not offended. I just figured you were busy at the shop with that party of paladins. Well, you weren't wrong. They've kept me hammering at the forge all day and all night since arriving. Good to have so much business. I was worried you hadn't asked because you think I'm getting old. Which would be fair enough, I suppose. But I swear to the stars, I'm in the best shape of my life these days. Must be something in the air here in Pyreside. I would never dream to doubt you, Brianna. I've seen you lift that old mammoth hammer like it was nothing. Gotta admit, a bit of relaxing tonight does sound pleasant. I'm more than happy to put down the hammer for one evening. Thanks for giving me the excuse, Lyric. I'll see you by the fire. The little girl? Hazel, yeah. Evening, Lyric. It's absurd how much I've been looking forward to this. We haven't had a campfire in such a dreadfully long time. Agreed. Maybe you can regale us with a song or a story. Seems like the perfect opportunity. You know that I'm not a minstrel, right? That I crashed and burned and flunked out of the academy? I'm aware, Hazel. You don't need to be some fancy minstrel to share songs and stories with friends. You're still an incredible writer. You're practically my big sister, so you have to say that. But thanks. Can I help with anything? I meant to be here sooner, but the Baron decided to cough up a lovely hairball just as I was leaving. Sounds like a cat, all right. Thanks for the offer, but we should be all set. Noah took care of most of the hard labor. Then I should go claim my spot. See you there soon, okay? So not a whole new cast of characters.
After a certain number of summers, even something as familiar and ordinary as sitting around a campfire can feel heavy somehow, burdened with meaning. Clouds of memories hung over us that night like smoke over the flames.
Look at all those stars. I don't think I'll ever get used to the natural beauty of this mountain. Me neither. The skies were always overcast back home, and there was always rowdy drinking and laughter coming from the taverns. Everything is so still here, so peaceful. I grew up here and don't think I ever appreciated it. The city seems almost suffocating by comparison. It's strange. I lived all my years romanticizing city life, thinking this village was dreadfully boring. Boring, yes, but dreadfully so. Pyreside is the good kind of boring, comfortable and quiet. And it's not like there's a shortage of adventures to be had in this woods. I suppose that's true. I have countless memories of running around here, playing make-believe with Kelsey and Graham. Little Finn, too. Don't forget about my brother. He'd always show up at the workshop covered in sticks and mud like he was 10 years younger. How could I forget Boris the Brute, the evil ogre who was always mucking up our plans? Oh, Isaac. Tell us more stories. I love hearing about how things used to be in Pyreside. This village has such rich and beautiful history. What about the folks who used to live in our farmhouse? Your parents, right, Hazel?
Right.
Right. My older brother and I both grew up in that house, but I'm not sure where I would even begin. Let's talk about William. I can start. William looked the part of a gruff rancher, but he had the most contagious laugh and a heart of pure gold. One time, I was playing by the river and a snake came slithering out from the tall grass. I was so startled. Well, the whole village heard me scream, but William got there first, threw himself between me and the creature without a second thought. It was a harmless ribbon snake in the end, but that didn't matter. He was so selfless and quick to protect me as his own daughter. He did think of you that way, Lyric. He truly did. After my own parents died, there was certainly times of feeling lost and lonely, a fair share of them. But I always felt that in a way, I still got to grow up with a father. What a beautiful memory, Lyric. Don't mind me wiping the tears from my eyes.
Oh.
William sounds like a wonderful person. Quite a legacy to live up to. He'd be so happy to see the old farmhouse restored. You two have already put in so much work for this village. Plenty of work to do still. The tailor shop, the apothecary. It's hard to see those buildings standing empty. Worries for the morning, Lyric. What about another story instead? There are too many to share from the good old days. Well, me and Kelsey got into plenty of trouble over the years. I'm sure I have stories about her. Embarrassing or heartfelt? Let's do an embarrassing. One time, this cute adventurer came into the inn and she rushed behind the counter to serve him first. Elsie could be a little boy crazy in her younger days, couldn't she? That's an understatement. Well, in her rush to help this particular gentleman, she must have momentarily forgotten how to walk. Oh no, how embarrassing. She could have apologized and owned up to it, instead of pretending like nothing had happened, but of course that wasn't her style. Broken glass on the floor, foam and meat all down her blouse. She smiled a sweet smile and asked the poor man how she could help. I just love these stories. I could listen to you tell them all night. Just so we're clear, I won't be carrying anyone home. Just because I live in Burns' old cabin doesn't mean I have his muscles. Feeling more and more like old times every day, isn't it, Lyric? Cheers, everyone, to another quiet night in Pyreside. Oh, Echo. Tuckered out after an evening of napping, are you? I suppose a bonfire is as thrilling as things get these days. I honestly didn't know if we'd ever get back here, old friend. Back to quiet days and evenings full of laughter. I sure missed them. Sleep well, Echo. Not that that was ever in question. Finally clearing out this old room felt good. I might need the extra space with so many adventures coming through Pyreside. If this has the best view, why didn't she take it for herself? I think Nana would be proud that her old room had to be renovated into a third guest suite. Sleepy Dragon has never been busier. I'll be surprised if we don't have more guests checking in later today. This room hasn't been staying empty for long. Juno Crescent penned on the 12th of Starmont. I came to discover that the Sleepy Dragon is one of the oldest establishments in these northern mountains, but you wouldn't know it by the clean, cozy interior and modern comforts you'll find here. The innkeeper was happy to offer us privacy and prudence, though she remained graciously available in moments of need. We were provided a home-cooked meal, both delicious and filling, and upon asking, I was informed that every single ingredient was plucked fresh from the local garden this very morning. After completing our current quest, this entire party shall be thrilled to return to the Sleepy Dragon for another evening of celebration and comfortable rest. This party asked not to be disturbed before noon. Gives me these pleasant morning hours to myself. Feels good working behind the bar again. I really miss this old inn. I've been burning through a ton of firewood lately. Maybe I should ask Noah if there was any left after last night. Is there anything else? Maybe I should play something from one of Mam's old songbooks. Sure, play the piano. Oh, you're gonna make me do it. Look, it's all pretty and springy and... Do we have a new sign? Warm beds and brews for weary travelers. We should have another village dinner before long, but what to cook? Options are almost overwhelming with this year's harvest. Do a real quick look around. Not going to get too deep in because I see that we are looking at ads again. in about 20 seconds. So, I think we can safely talk to Brianna, though. Lyric, I was hoping you'd swing by this morning. I thought perhaps we could take a walk down to the bridge together. Maybe come back after you've done your morning rounds? That'll give me a bit more time to polish these short swords. And I'll see you in a minute. Okay. Go finish our tour of town. For those of you who have subscribed, of course you don't get to see that. You don't have to sit through the ads. I will eventually have something that we can do in the meantime, but having the whole ads thing is still new to me. Fresh strawberries, juicy tomatoes, bell peppers, corn on the cob, not to mention baskets full of various herbs and greens. Oh, Miss Lyric, I hate to ask, but could you help me with something for a moment? I need to draw a bucket from the well. Of course, Emma, no trouble at all. I dearly appreciate it. You've seen how Noah fusses, haven't you? You wouldn't want me to strain myself. Nor would I. Truly, it's no trouble. It should just take a moment. Town over the fence would be lovely. Thank you, Lyric. It's just what we Fireside folk do. Help each other when asked, and ask for help when it's needed. I'm finding I need more and more every day, which makes me all the more grateful to have found a home in this village. Although I have to ask you something, miss, and I apologize if this is too personal a question. Are you happy to have grown up in Fireside? You've lived here since you were a child, after all. Ooh. Am I happy or is it complicated? It's complicated. I've never known an alternative, so I might not be the best person to ask. For what it's worth, I do believe there's something truly special about Fireside, and there's certainly contentment to be found here. I don't even know this child yet, but I'm already so desperate to do right by them. I want to make all the right choices, you know? Making all the right choices all the time is an impossible task. And who can even say what those are? But you absolutely will do right by that child, Emma, just by caring as deeply as you do and making each decision as it comes. We can only ever do our best. It's all anyone can ask. Thank you, Lyric. You're right, of course. And thank you again for helping me with that bucket. Anytime at all. Don't you dare strain yourself, okay?
From what I heard, Kelsey had set up a shop in the river Isles. Find an honest husband and start a family. I was happy for her, but I didn't like seeing the old building vacant. A relic from another life.
Squirrel. Albie's still there. We've had to restuff you more times than I can count, but you're still my old friend Albie, aren't you? Keep up the good work. Looks to be plenty here. Prairie bread is easy to make and should last us a good long while. Is she remembering? Managed to keep the windmill turning all these years. Suppose that big pile of coins we spent on repairs really was worth it. Because isn't that the exact same thing she said before? Have anything new up here? Nope. Looking around and seeing the village filled with so much life, it still feels strange sometimes. Like winter was some foggy dream. The workshop is back open and the farmhouse. I won't take any of it for granted ever again. There are folks I miss terribly, of course. There always will be. More and more the older I get. But I'm so lucky and so grateful to have what I have, especially now that I know how it feels to lose it. Bunny. I don't think I've ever looked this comfortable or relaxed in my life. But if anyone deserves it, Echo, you do.
You had only gotten sweeter over the years. Or was I the one who had changed? Come to appreciate more deeply the sparkling waters and mountain breeze.
Okay. Bacon shop. For inquiries, please speak with Lyric at the Sleepy Dragon.
The apothecary had stood empty for decades, and it stood empty still. On clear mornings, I could better recall the scent of fresh herbs lingering in the garden. Sage and willow, ginger and peppermint. Reminders of days long past, and the gentle folks lost to them.
You're a lively bunch. Loud too, but that's okay. There's no reason you shouldn't be able to enjoy this weather as much as anyone. Pleasant morning to you, Noah. Pleasant morning, Miss Lyric. Did you sleep well? Did I? I sure did. Apparently these days, a small campfire is enough to wipe me out. And you? Honestly, I've been sleeping like a log ever since moving to Pyreside. Emma says she tosses and turns a fair bit, but I would never know. It's funny. If you had told me a few years ago I'd be waking up every morning at the first light of dawn to work in a pasture. Well, let's just say this life is rather different than ours in the city. You seem to be adjusting wonderfully from where I'm standing. I have to say, it's such a joy seeing oryx grazing in the fields again. And it's joy caring for them. Well, mostly. They're still a bit skittish. I don't think they fully trust me quite yet. Give them time. It's in their nature to be cautious, but I'm confident they'll come around with a little patience. That I can do. Take care, Miss Lyric. Enjoy the sunshine today. The Oryx Legacy preserved the precious fireside. I don't know what the whole thing said. Sorry. I got sidetracked by something. And it's under my little PNG tuber, so you wouldn't have seen it pop up. Alright, well, we've got over here. The way to... I guess it's Hazel's house now, yeah? Another shortcut built by the King's Carpenters makes getting down to the lake shore a fair bit quicker. About time. I'm not trying to go to the lake shore, though. I don't think. The peaceful village of Pyreside lies ahead. Apparently this is the way to the lake shore. Wasn't where I thought I was trying to go. Are butterflies always playful, or do they just seem that way? Schools of moonfish spawned right away after the ice melted, as if they'd been waiting patiently for winter to end. I don't... Yes, let's go. Oh, sure is a beautiful morning. Maybe I should take the boat out fishing for an hour or so. Yes, go fishing. Being out in the boat always makes me think of Graham. We shared a lot of mornings fishing and laughing together. Part of me had hoped he'd come back after winter, but I suppose he has another life to live. It's been 14 years after all. Nearly missed that bite in the middle of all my reminiscing. Maybe I should pay more mind to the moment at hand. Fish. Besides, it's just something that happens as you get older. Folks falling out of your life for one reason or another. It's sad, but, well, it makes those shared moments more precious. I think that's what all the wise poets would say, anyhow. I've never seen the lake so full of fish. A girl can't even pontificate to herself without being interrupted. Maybe I'll just set the pole aside and enjoy the sunshine for a while in the spirit of appreciating the here and now. Little white bunnies, little brown bunnies. Squirrels that don't have weird green eyes or whatever it was that was the problem. How lovely was last night's campfire. I'll have to remember just how much fun everyone had and be sure to plan another one soon. Okay. And there's Hazel's house. Hey there, Lyric. Did you need something? I just got back from my morning stroll and was about to fix some breakfast. Just checking in, I suppose. How is this old cabin holding up? You're sure you're comfortable enough down here? Yes, ma'am. Just as I told you the last dozen times you asked. Oh, I'm right. It's just that There's a spare room up at the inn. I know. You don't want me to feel lonely or isolated from the rest of the villagers. I know that too. And I know you probably have some complicated feelings about this cabin. You went through hell to survive winter. But I like it. I like looking out the window over the valley. It reminds me there's still a great big world out there to explore someday. The someday makes me want to. But I'm going to leave her be. I love Pyreside with all my heart, and I'm glad to be here now, hoping things get back to normal. I don't. It's okay. If you decide you need to try something else to find what other paths might be out there, you should go. You really think so? You wouldn't be upset with me? A long time ago, my sister Isla left Pyreside with some adventurers. I wish you could have known her. You would have liked her. Well, before she left, she asked me to forgive her. I didn't know it at the time, but they were the last words she ever spoke to me.
Oh.
Lyric, what did you say? I told her I forgave her. Even though I hated that she had to go, I knew she would never be able to live with herself if she didn't. Isla was just following her heart. It's all you can hope for someone you love to do. It's all I've ever hoped for you, Hazel. Tars, you have no idea how much of a relief that is to hear. I thought you might resent me if I left. Of course not, Hazel. Though I would certainly miss you. Thanks, Lyric. Even just having this conversation with you, it feels like a weight's been lifted off my shoulders. I'm happy to talk, my dear. Anytime at all. Now, don't mind me as I pet your kitty. Good morning, Baron. You help her look after this place, will you? And then snoop around and see if there's anything else I can see. Hazel's gotten so skilled at cooking lately. The potato scramble she made the other morning was absolutely delicious. Most of these stories and poems are original. I'm happy Hazel never fully gave up her passion for writing. What does the sign say? Hunting cabin. Please check up at the village if no one answers the door. Whoop. They rebuilt the bridge. Suppose we can't call this the old bridge anymore. I doubt they used a single plank of the original wood building it. I would hope not. That's the shortcut to the river. Okay. Now hacking our way through this time. Let's go see what Brianna has. To just barge into the house. Why not? I do it with everybody else. Why wouldn't I do it with them? Apparently, this classic sword design has gotten so popular, Brianna is considering expanding to sell them overseas. How does Brianna get steel to gleam like this? Just beautiful. Notes and sketches for all different kinds of weapons and armor. All beyond me, that's for sure. Locked up, just like it always used to be. Hey, Sestra. Did you take my paring chisel? The one that was weighted perfectly? I used that chisel for 3 decades. If you have it, we're going to be sharing some words next time you're in Hogs Harbor. Oh, and also, I love you. Duh. I hope things are going well up in the mountains. Dad says he thinks about the old shop every day, even though he knows we've built something special here too. He sends his love. And please don't be too worried about him. The old grump still manages to get around astonishingly well these days. We miss you, Bri. Right back soon. Isaac. Bree? Bree. Rihanna keeps this door closed off. Sentimental reasons, I suppose. Alright. I'm just about finished up here. What do you think, Lyric? Care to take a short walk and stretch our legs? Ready if you are. Sure is a lovely morning for it. You know, living in Hogs Harbor, I used to wake up nearly every morning with a sore throat. I thought I must have developed some mild allergy in my older years. Tried every remedy I could get my hands on to no avail. I think my body was just longing to breathe this crisp mountain air again. Honestly, not a single sore throat since moving back. I'm happy to hear it, Brianna. The mountain missed you too. But is Hogs Harbor really so terrible? Your father and brother still live there. I wouldn't like to think of them unhappy or unwell. Oh, no, it isn't terrible. The shop looks out over the docks. Our old man loves sitting at his window watching merchant ships come and go. Isaac, I don't know. He may consider coming back to Fireside once. Well, once the old man finally croaks. We'll see. Truth is, they both poured a lot of themselves into that shop. I did too. Isaac feels compelled to stay and continue building it up. Your heart pulled you back here, and I'm grateful for it. But you must miss him terribly. I do. Every day. I miss him too. The village isn't the same without his optimism and his silly jokes. Well, I'm glad he's doing what he feels is right. Oh, Lyric. Looks like we've got company. Greetings and welcome to Fireside. This is Brianna and I'm Lyric, the innkeeper here in our humble village. These are the... Oh, I thought maybe it was the guy who ran away. Well, isn't that fortuitous? Pleasant morning to you both. My name is Bors. I come with tidings from His Royal Majesty. Sorry? His Royal Majesty? You're a knight, aren't you? Your wagon is flying the king's colors. Indeed I am. I was told I would find an innkeeper here with gentle eyes and fire-red hair. I can only imagine that's you, miss. Please, if you would read this letter. So it does have to do with the guy that she took care of. You are hereby summoned to attend the royal coronation ceremony of Prince Oliver Nohansen Ahiris as his honored guest. Alongside a small number of hand-selected individuals, you will be recognized by the royal family and gathered nobility for your part in our prince's legendary quest to slay the Shadow 7 years ago. Your acts of bravery and personal sacrifice to preserve his life have made you a true hero for our kingdom. We await your arrival in the castle at sunrise on 26th star month. Your royal escort shall provide further details if needed. Gratefully, Waring Farstream, His Majesty's Royal Scribe. Mr. Bors, this has to be some sort of mistake. This letter was stamped with the royal seal. Yes, straight from His Majesty's desk. I'm here to formally invite and escort you to the King-in-Waiting's coronation ceremony. I don't understand. This must be for someone else. Miss, that bracelet on your arm. Have you ever inspected it closely? Yes. It's engraved with the symbol of a phoenix. Guardian deity of the royal family. That bracelet has been passed down from king to king across hundreds of years. Bors, I'm still not following because you're a twit. That's why you're not following. This is simple. The prince, Lyric. You got that bracelet from the prince.
The nameless boy I nursed back to health in the depths of winter. The prince. Even now I can scarcely believe it.
This can't possibly be true. If that was really him, why didn't he say so? Why has it taken this long for me to find out? The prince's business is his own, and much of it confidential. But in fairness, he has been rather busy these last few years. I'd say so. Slaying the shadow, marrying the druid princess, preparing to be crowned king. And that's just what I've read in the bulletins. Brianna, Mr. Bors, what do I do now? I can't just up and leave Pyreside because I received some letter. With respect, that is a missive from your future king. I shall certainly not force you, but I do suggest you come with me to the capital. To the capital. With you. Yes, miss. And one additional guest of your choosing. One additional guest of my choosing. I understand if you need some time to let it all sink in. Don't fret, miss. We won't be ready to depart until morning anyway. All these people who give her overnight to make massive decisions. Why don't I walk you up to the village, Lyric? We've got to tell everyone after all. They're going to be absolutely thrilled for you. Right. Okay. Thanks, Brianna. I keep pinching myself, and yet I can't seem to wake up. Could this be real? Was that boy really the prince? Incredible, Lyric. We always knew you were destined for greatness, but saving the life of the prince? That's straight out of a fairy tale. I still think I might be dreaming. I certainly had no idea who he was when I brought him in from the cold. And that makes the fairy tale even sweeter, because it proves what a kind and selfless heart you have. I'm thinking she's probably the one I want to take. Well, Lyric, what an amazing thing you did for the prince. I'm so happy your bravery is being recognized all these years later. Bravery? Not sure I'd call it that. Well, I'm calling it that, and clearly the royal family agrees. It's about time you realized how special you are, Lyric. Those are going to be my two options. The others don't seem to be out in town right now. And as much as I think Brianna would be a good choice, I do kind of think that... Okay, we were going to tell everybody. How come there's no everybody to tell? I do think that... No. Not allowed in the barn anymore, apparently. This is the... No. With her whole thing about wanting to go see what is available out in the world, I think the youngster is probably the better option. Yep, nobody else. So it's... Yeah, I think we'll take Hazel. I'll make sure there's nothing. Can't imagine why there would be. Yeah. All right, back to... The idea is a little daunting, to be honest. Going to the capital and meeting all sorts of fancy noble folk? Not exactly my style. You should come with me, Hazel. I'm allowed to invite one guest, and I'd love for it to be you. Oh, I'm flattered, really I am, but I don't have much interest in going back to the capital, even just for a visit. Well, I certainly won't push you if you ever want to talk about what happened there. You know I'm here for you. It's nothing, honestly, just some people there I wouldn't particularly care to see again. But I really am happy for you, Lyric. Okay, so take it out of my hands. Come on, Brianna. Let's go see the prince. I'm still convinced it's some strange dream. I certainly had no idea who he was when I brought him in from the cold. You should come with me to the coronation, Brianna. I'm allowed to invite one guest, and I want it to be you. Are you sure? I'm flattered, but that seems like a big decision. Of course. You're one of my best friends, and have been for my entire life. There's no one else I'd rather bring along. Such a liarhead. Well, I won't argue any further. It means a lot that you'd ask me out of everyone in the village. It only gave me the option of you two. Sounds like we both got some packing to do. And I have this strange feeling that I either just talked through a commercial break, or we're currently in one. I don't know. We'll find out. The sun is shining, the birds are chirping. What a beautiful morning to be setting off. How are you feeling, Lyric? You up for this? I'm nervous. I've never left town. I'm a little nervous, but happy to have you with me, Brianna. Boris already took our bags and got everything ready for the journey. Suppose there's nothing left to do but head that way. Going to the bridge. Birdies. That wagon looks comfortable enough, but I'm sure we'll have plenty of chances to get out and walk too. See the sights. Is that all? Yep. Okay. The horses are fed and the wagon is packed up securely. We await only your word, miss. All right. Right. Thank you. I do believe we're ready to depart. All right, then. We'll be heading south through Bassarin Valley and then hugging the coast for a few days until we reach the high road.
I recall our journey as a jumble of wonder and laughter and light. 7 days and 7 nights we travelled, taking in the sights and sounds of country once again brimming with life after a long winter. Farmers tend their fields under the blistering sun, merchant folk peddling their wares over the backs of colourful wagons, ships from faraway shores bobbing merrily on the horizon. It was all a bit overwhelming.
These are cute little scenes.
Somewhere along the road, I came to the realization that my entire world, all that I loved and known, while desperately precious to me, was so very small.
Look at all the people. Please wait here until I return. I expect His Majesty will call for you within the hour. Okay, why am I not? There we go. Oh, wow. Is this some sort of royal hall? The entire first floor of the inn could fit inside this room. I think it's just a sitting chamber, Lyric. Pretty impressive, though. Boar said to wait in this chamber. What does boars know? They must have maids and servants come through and scrub these windows every day to keep them so sparkling clean. Come on, Lyric, you're inside the royal castle and you're seriously thinking about window cleanliness? Ooh, should I be reading other people's mail? Like that's gonna stop. Innkeeper. Oh, it's for me anyway. I regret not being able to greet you in person before the ceremony. I hope to find a free moment in the coming days to share my thanks and remembrances, but hesitate to make such a promise. Of all the privileges bestowed upon kings, time is not one of them. Know that I, and by extension all the peoples of our realm, remain eternally indebted to you, and to the little inn where you saved my life those years ago. You have my word that you and yours will be well looked after so long as I wear the crown. I look forward to our reunion, fleeting though it must be. Is this a harp? I've seen the odd adventurer strum on a lyre before, but this looks way more intense. Anything else? Ooh. I bet these books have all kinds of fascinating history inside. About that window. Anything on that window? No. Okay. Look at the little pictures of the princess and the prince. I have really, really enjoyed the cuteness of this game. Maybe we should sit and have a cup of tea. You look a bit nervous, and I certainly don't blame you. Coffee sounds good. That might help calm my nerves. So, the tea, what do you think? Honestly, I thought it would be better. More flavor or exotic, maybe. I brewed tastier cups at the Sleepy Dragon. Well, you can't buy taste. That's what they say, isn't it? I suppose you're right. It's just that, well, this is all new to me. Lavish accommodations and complimentary cups of freshly brewed tea. My only experience with kings and castles comes from storybooks. I feel like a bit like fish out of water. Agreed. Being here on a personal invitation from the king in waiting is a little surreal. If nothing else, it sure helps to have you here. Thanks for coming with me, Brianna. I don't think I could do this without you. Of course, Lyric. I wouldn't want to be anywhere else. His Majesty is ready to see you now. Please kindly follow me up to the north stairwell. After you, Lyric. We shouldn't keep him waiting. Hello. I don't mean to bother you. Just off to meet with the king in waiting. You know how these things go. What? That was weird. I love your tiara. Or is it a circlet? I'm sorry, I'm new here in the capital, as if that wasn't obvious. What a gorgeous melody, and such a dreamy opportunity it would be to play for all these beautiful, prominent people. Pardon me, I'm on my way to see the king in waiting. That's my royal escort at the top of the stairs. This is so awkward. And forever shall the Star Maiden keep her nightly vigil over those who vow to preserve her dominion. That's a nice sword. It looks sharp, you know, like a sword. Right, sorry. I suppose she is from a little bitty hamlet, and here she's in the king's palace, so His Majesty awaits. Are you ready, miss? Ready as I'll ever be. Thank you, Boris. Why did that sound like a gate to a dungeon? Steady now, miss. I think we should expect to see a few people on the other side of that door.
A few people. I stepped out into a moment from every child's dream. One glorious, heroic moment. In the midst of the roaring crowd and radiant fireworks, my thoughts fell somewhere else entirely, to the mountain lakes and quiet woods, a humble inn on a little hill. Once I did return to Fireside, I found the old village more precious to the journey. The journey to the capital, but more truly the journey through winter. Through a life of struggles and triumphs, dull moments of plenty with precious little ones scattered throughout. After all of them, I had found my happy ending. Not in fireworks or fanfare, but in the ordinary things minstrels don't bother singing about. Baked apples round a campfire, starlit nights and loved ones beside. And so, in Fireside I stayed.
Maybe there are
Until-
only 6.
Well, until I couldn't stay any longer.
Complete the 6th chapter. Shared dream route with village orcs. I left dream route for the wild orcs. I don't remember there being an option for me to do. I didn't see any wild orcs, did I? All right. So we're at 2.5 hours. So it takes a little over an hour per chapter. And if this is the end, I think it seems kind of weird, like that was the end, but it doesn't seem wrapped up. So there's another chapter. And I think I'm going to wait and do it at another time. So thank you for coming along with me. I hope you are enjoying the story. I'm really liking it. I'm going to have to go back and do some of these other options and find out what some of the other story choices can be. As always, this is going to get posted to YouTube for archiving. So if you missed anything, it won't have any ads. So if you got stuck behind an ad and some of the story went happened, you'll be able to find that without the ads on YouTube. Next schedule is Sunday is Minecraft with the family. So we'll be doing that. Tuesday, I may or may not actually do Terrascape Tuesday this week. This week being Thanksgiving in the US. So I don't know. I might stream, I might not. Just I'll put a note on the on my YouTube, not my YouTube, my Twitch page if I decide not to stream on Tuesday night. Otherwise, I will see you tomorrow or on Tuesday for one of those. Either way, thank you for coming with me. This is Kimmy Amber on Hey Mom, Play This. And we'll see you next Saturday for the end of this particular story. Thanks for coming with.